We're here with Gamebound Dungeon World, and we're going to find out what happens when you ride into town as the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse and burn a logging village to the ground. Speaking of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which one would you be?
That totally wasn't a setup for the conversation you were just having. Not at all. Why would you ask such a question?
Just randomly came to me. I don't know, inspired or something. I got direct for revelation from God.
No, you didn't.
I know I didn't. So, just because we do need to figure this out, Carly's character is war, and so we have it's war, pestilence, famine, and death.
Fun.
So Carly's character is war. Who's death out of the three of you? That's what I'm wondering. I think it might be. It's Alyssa or Josh.
I feel like Anna is like
because
famine.
Anna would be famine, yeah?
Oh yeah, you're totally
Yeah.
famine. Again.
They're not
Again.
prepared.
Yeah.
What is it? It's because I like to make characters that are like me, and they tend to be like deathly skinny.
Yeah, and then you're death, and then Zoe is pestilence. Yeah, that makes sense. Not Zoe. Zoe's not pestilence. Sybil's pestilence. Anyway, that was just a side thing that I was interested in. So y'all are gonna like have a altercation with some humans. How do you go about doing that?
Well, we probably go to the temple, and then we tell the altar, hey, you want to come on vacation with us?
Boo.
And Josh's character just dies. He just takes another step, and he's not prepared for the end. He just falls into the dirt. The end. Bye, Josh. I'm kidding.
Bummer.
Ouch.
So yeah, what do you do?
Great question. So how
Like, are
how
you
big is this logger town? Like, how many people would you say are in it?
It's medium size. So I would say like 200, 300, something like that.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
And we've been told to kill all of them?
You've been told to rid the forest
Obliterate
of the threat. Basically, just protect the sacred pool. Make sure that the sacred pool will not be threatened anymore. However you decide to do that. It's up to
So
you.
either get them to leave or
Yeah, you get them to leave. You could kill them all. You could burn down their town and then just like make
Could
them
be like,
outcasts.
hey, there's trees in other places. You should go there.
Anna goes places and talks to people. He goes to lots of places and talks to lots of people. And there's one thing that I have seen that is consistent. When I talk about the end, people get scared. And when people get very scared, they run and they scream. So
Yeah,
all
we
we
should
should
totally-
do is go to the town and set it all on fire. And then make money
okay, if we
and earn our
That's not where I
boom.
thought that was going.
Or
I
we
think-
could go around the city and say the end is coming and try to scare some people off. Try doing that.
Could go to the one noble guy and try to convince him, and then he might
Yeah, I
Be
can
like,
charm
yeah,
him.
the
convince
druids
other
are
people.
the druids are literally gonna cause an apocalypse. You need to leave now.
I could charm him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could basically just be like, look, we've seen like the druids like resources and like their power, and like you like
They
no one can
literally
stand against
incinerated
them.
somebody in front of us.
Yeah. Could just like
The end is coming. And so are the druids.
your end is coming.
They will slaughter you. All of you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the real question is, do you go to the?
And you will make good food for the end.
I
Do you?
don't know
Oh yeah.
quite
Go
wanna
ahead. Sorry.
I don't know if we quite wanna like threaten them on behalf of the druids, because that they might just respond with like, okay, then it's war, and then let's all
Right.
fight, because we don't
Yeah.
want that.
Let's try more civil means first, more deceptive means.
Maybe
first.
talk to the noble then, and yeah, try to see what you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I think we just see you guys back in the same city room. And yeah, how do you
Is
approach
the
this
floor
conversation?
cleaner or not?
The
was gonna
floor
say,
is
is
as
my
clean as you left it.
Is my spot still clean?
Yeah.
Okay, stand in that spot.
There's one circle of cleanness, and the rest is like grimy. Yeah.
I think Beast has settled itself down on the nicest, most plush chair in the room.
Okay. There's only one of those, and it's not the most plush chair in
Wow.
like the kingdom, but like it is
It's
technically by definition the
then
most plush
Beast
chair in
has
the room.
settled himself down on the chair and is busy cleaning his backside.
Okay. Do you guys say something like immediately as walking in, or do you wait for him to like talk to you? Do you just walk in and say like, "Yeah, druids, and that's not gonna work," or do you just like?
I think Azari's learned by now to let everyone else talk.
I don't know if we want to like it. Just say like, well, we failed, because that's not that's not
Yeah.
gonna scare anyone. It's just gonna make them mad. So we kind of just need to ignore the fact that we shouldn't be there unless we succeeded. But like, it just goes straight for if our plan is to scare everyone out of the town, then go straight for that, like running screaming or something.
Okay.
Not that don't do that.
I mean, I could just try charming him right away. We could see how that goes. See
Yeah.
if that works.
So, pull a Shayla.
I like walk in and I, touch him to cast and like
Okay, so we just see you guys all just like walk in and just kind of like get settled, and he's like has a servant like bring you beers and stuff again, right? And then like because we heard he described his cat like sitting on the chair, but then he goes to like say something, and yeah, like Ariel just steps forward and he's like charm.
I want to be like so. And like touch, like be like, make it seem like it's casual.
We see Shayla, or it's Shayla.
I was gonna say.
Ariel.
She's actually a good person.
Ariel grabs the chair and she turns it the other way around, sits on it, goes like this, and says, "So, your forest is infested with druids."
No.
No, I was making a joke.
He was making a
a
Captain
meme
America
reference.
Oh,
It's all right. It's fine. But yeah, so you.
Ari is not far off from me, Caleb. You know that.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to cast a spell.
Okay. Yeah. You just charm him. Okay. So the spell is cast, but choose one. What do you choose?
You cannot cast the spell again until you prepare spells.
Okay. Yeah. So we see Ariel cast her charm, but it's obvious that the charm is faded from your memory. So, okay, cool. So what does that do? What was this?
Basically, just makes him like friendly towards me, like we're friends. Essentially, that's all it says here. I'll post it in chat. It doesn't really say too much. It's not like charm person in a D&D where it's like
it gives you all these stipulations. Okay, the person you touch while casting the spell counts you as a friend until they take damage or you prove otherwise. Okay, yeah. So, I mean,
so you prove otherwise is a little vague in my opinion. But
until you prove that you're not their friend, like if you do anything to overtly like not be friendly to them. But it seems like a friendly thing to warn them that the coming apocalypse is happening.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I'm just like, listen, we barely escaped with our lives. They incinerated one of their own. You guys got to get out of here. Like they're pissed and they're getting ready to attack.
Right. Yeah. So I guess he seems frightened. I mean, because he trusts you. He trusts what you just said. And I think he looks over to you, Anna, and he says, "So the end is coming."
Indeed. You must prepare.
Well, how do I prepare?
Run.
Run far away and never come back.
Fly, you fools.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all say that we're just
Yeah. Run away. He's like, but I
Not
can't.
away.
I'm a noble of the
Far
town.
away.
They
Take the town.
I'm supposed to take care of these people. What am I supposed to just have a mass exodus?
Yes.
They will. When the druids come and they start killing their people, who do you think they're gonna blame? You, because you knew and you didn't do anything. So you need to get out of here to save your people.
Okay, yeah, make a parlay with +2. He regards you as your friend, but that you'll still have to convince him. But you can get a +2 for casting the spell for sure.
Okay. And +2.
So just add 2 to whatever you get.
Yes!
Yeah, I didn't even need it.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So I think he says, "Will you make sure to make sure the druids don't follow us in retribution, at least?"
Of course, we'll stay behind and make sure that you guys get out safely and take care of it.
I appreciate that. Oh no, I'm going to be ruined. I spent every coin I had on this last venture. I don't know what we're going to do.
So she just thinks in her head, so you weren't gonna pay us. Glad we made this decision.
I mean, I think it was obvious he didn't have a whole lot to go around. Yeah.
So I had no trouble betraying him.
Mm-hmm. So I think we just see like a shot of the like a bunch of guards going around and like dragging people out of their homes and like, sorry, we gotta go, bye. Like, yep, everybody out. Let's go. Grab anything you can carry, and we're out.
That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it turns out when you have magic. But I think what happens is you guys are watching this, right? And we see an old woman come out of the fortune teller's like little building, right?
Old women have to ruin everything.
Old men too.
Yeah.
But not androgynous old people.
Yep, that was perfect.
They are always friendly.
So, that's why I like the caretaker so much. So, yeah, I know. So, this old woman comes out, and I think she walks up to you, Anna, if you guys are kind of just like standing out in the open here, and just like goes to slap you across the face. What do you do? An old lady comes up to you and tries to slap you in the face. Do you let her? Do you?
I think he's
is she tall
trying
enough
to
to
decide
slap
if
her in
he's
the
an old, trying to decide if she's an old lady or an old man.
She's an old lady.
No, he's sitting there trying to decide.
Okay.
I think he just takes it.
Okay, yeah. So it doesn't hurt that much, but it's supposed to be like a reprimanding slap. And she says, "How dare
Why
you?
did you hit me?
I hit you because you're going around spreading rumors about the end. I heard you. You're not supposed
But
to
the
tell
end?
people."
If you don't tell people that the end is coming, you are part of the problem.
No, you don't understand. We want the end. I have seen it in a vision. I have seen it. When the dwarves and halflings fight again, that will be the dawning of a new era. From the ashes of the conquest will come a glorious new empire that will be able to stop the real enemy.
I'm tempted to just have him sock her on the jaw.
Oh no! You're just gonna hit
Did
it
you
all
see
back.
that coming? You are a pig.
Right.
You're a fan.
Yeah.
I mean,
This old lady's like plump.
no.
She's
He
short.
pulls a rodent head out of his pocket
Okay.
and throws it at her face.
Okay. Make a volley. I think that's what that is. Yeah, I mean, so you're not dealing your damage in this instance. You're just like throwing something at her. But so I mean, your goal here, right, is to like see if
My
she
goal here
can
is
see
so
it
that
coming.
it bounces off her face, and then I can call her a charlatan because she didn't see it coming. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I think it's like one of those where like she almost catches it, like she sees it coming, but like it's unclear whether or not like it was just reflexes or she is like and so it's just like and like kind of drops it.
You were not prepared for this. You were not prepared to catch. You know nothing about the end.
That is not the criteria on which to make a decision of that caliber. Ratheads cannot decide this.
If ratheads do not decide whether the end is coming or not,
I saw that look, guys. I know.
Why did they have to come back?
I know. Well, you're in the same universe. Just saying.
That's true.
wait, what?
Nothing.
Their one shot on Monday had to do predominantly with
There were a lot of
rats
mice
and mice.
Zoe and I's eyes just went
Yep,
wide
I
at the
saw
same
that.
time.
It was so
If
funny.
the rats do not tell you about the end, then you are not listening. You must listen to the beasts around you, for they will tell you things.
Well, what are they speaking to you, tall one?
They do not speak to me. I am too tall. They speak to beast.
Well, what does Beast hear, then?
Beast hears everything.
Specifically,
is
though.
coming. I think Beast wants to relieve himself on her shoes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she just, like, dances back. She's just like, how dare you?
I think Beast just responds with a yowl in kind of the same tone she just used.
Yeah. So she says, I can see that my time was wasted here, but know that you are prolonging the inevitable. You have to prepare. By preparing these for the end, you have maybe cost us of everything. The logging needs to continue.
If the logging brings about the end, then it must stop. Until we are prepared.
I am prepared.
Clearly not, because the rat. Didn't you get that whole thing?
I didn't. Again, not the criteria we should be basing this on.
You know, she's just being
I
smart.
know, yeah.
Like,
On Cox's head, and it because he's still got his bear hood on, it looks really comical.
Yeah.
The bear's ears kind of flop in such a way. It's very much like an eyebrow raise, but
Right.
if a dead bear was performing it.
That is an interesting word picture. So,
I try.
yeah, I think the old woman just shakes her head sadly and says, you speak so much of the end, you speak so much of being prepared, but you know nothing about the end. I will show you. You will see. And then she just starts, like, walking away.
See you at the end.
You may not make it until then. And walks off with the crowd.
Wait, so
ooh, spooky.
is
Ooh,
she
spooky.
saying that when the dwarves and halflings fight, then that's gonna be the end?
Yes, the end that you want, right? The end that is coming, that Anna has been seen, and that apparently a random elf huntress has seen. It has to do with the dwarves and the halflings having another conflict. But the thing is, like, it will cause absolute devastation and, like, destroy a lot of things, and a lot of people will die. But from the ashes of that war will come a new age that will prepare people for the real end, which is a different
That
enemy.
doesn't sound so bad.
Well,
I mean, not to my character anyway, because she's neutral.
what's honestly really cool is I've done so many like one-shots in this dungeon world setting, and I've seen all of the random pieces connect into one glorious mess,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's amazing.
So many weirdly shaped pieces.
So many weirdly shaped pieces. So yeah, I mean, I guess you just watch all of the people leave and then go back to collect your
Yeah,
prize.
as soon as they leave, I want to start plumaging things and finding gold.
Oh, right. Right, you're just like, well, they had to
Like
leave some
the
stuff
word you're
behind,
searching
so.
for.
Okay.
Yeah, they had to leave some stuff behind, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think you guys get a sizable amount of, like, cash, right? Like, and various valuable goods that you can use to do that. I think everybody gets 200 gold pieces.
Dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. This will prepare us for the end.
Yeah. And I think it would be either Ariel or Sybil who would notice this. Would you both make discern realities for me?
Sure.
As you're searching, right? I think you maybe possibly can come across something.
No.
Yeah, so I guess
Ooh.
honestly this would probably have been Defy Danger with Wisdom instead, but it's the same roll. But basically, yeah, I think it's Sybil who notices this. So Sybil, you guys are like going around and like gathering up some stuff. Would Sybil take part in this?
Probably not. I don't
Okay.
imagine that she would just like start like going through everyone's stuff. She'd just,
Yeah.
like,
Right? I think
about.
that's probably the reason you notice this. So as everybody else is kind of like looting the place, I think you see a small like ghostly figure off like at the side of a building. It's like you just see like a dark silhouette and like burning purple eyes, and then it kind of like disappears from your view, and you don't know what you saw.
Oh no.
My axe doesn't start glowing?
No.
Okay, so it's not a dwarf.
It is not a dwarf.
Yeah, so I'd probably go tell Isari because she's still really the only one I trust.
Okay, yeah.
So just go tell her.
Hey, I saw
I mean,
dark
she-
silhouette with purple eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
She asks like where, and she like pulls her axe out.
It was,
Well,
like, around the side of this one building. Would you just kind of like lead her there, Sybil?
yeah. Well, I'm not sure if I'd want to go all the way over there. Like, I don't want to.
You go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point, and it'll probably be pretty clear.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
pointing directly at that building.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we see Azari kind of like step around the building. And yeah, I mean you see like a little like it's like a fox, but it's like dark and it has glowing purple eyes. It looks like a shadow, like the silhouette of a fox.
No.
Why does Carly know
You,
what this
you yeah, you know what this is, Carly. Yeah.
Zoe knows what it is too. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Okay.
It's just like sitting there, right? Like looking at you.
Dang it. The thing is my character wouldn't know what this is.
Okay.
So
What does the fox say?
Nothing. It just sits there and looks at you.
um
It's
okay.
one of our chat viewers. Said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Belchavis. Thanks for the bits.
Gosh. I mean, obviously this isn't a normal fox.
I mean, yeah,
She
it's
probably
like the shadows
like,
from Ruby, like just like a silhouette, right? And then, yeah, burning purple eyes.
yeah, so she probably assumes just from what she knows from Sybil
I mean, you could spout
that
lore
she
about
probably
this
just
thing.
assumes that this is a druid.
You could spout lore about this thing to know.
Okay, yeah,
For
I will
sure.
do that.
Nice.
Yeah. You've heard legends of this thing.
Okay.
You actually know what this thing is. So, during the war between the previous war, like that you just came out of, between the dwarves and the halflings, so the the halflings and the dwarves come from a ancestor race. They both come from the same race, and that's why they have such a falling out. And so you remember way back in the distant past when they were one race, your race, your shared ancestor race, set free some sort of really powerful entity, an army of some sort.
Why did they have to go and do that?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, they were powerful magic users. They had a lot of arcane knowledge at their disposal. It's all since been lost. But basically, the dwarves and the halflings have hated each other ever since, and they've, like, split off from each other. It basically was, like, two, like, factions of the race that, like, disagreed with how that went down and what was the mistake. And so you both blame each other for this horrible apocalypse. Everyone knows about this apocalypse. This is like a mythological thing that everybody's aware of in the setting. It was the attack of the Jackal-Hyversmiths.
Yep.
Yeah, Jackal-Hyversmiths are this like
Rise.
ancient race that like destroyed civilization like millennia ago.
I know that name.
I know you know that name too because you've been in a Dungeon World one shot with me before.
I don't remember what the deal was with them.
I don't either with your one shot. They came up somewhere.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's a fox.
Yeah. It's so much more than a fox, Alyssa. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you've heard like vague stories about like what they supposedly look like, but this is what reminds you of. You don't remember them looking like foxes, but you remember burning purple eyes being a sign of the Jackal-Hyversmiths.
Okay. I mean, yeah, she like
Belchavez says, so they're very friendly.
I'm assuming not.
Yeah, I mean, she just takes her axe out and like points it at the fox.
Yeah, it just kind of quirks its head in the same way that Anna quirked his bare head. Right? It's comical.
And she's like, do you mean me or my party any harm?
And it kind of like barks, but it's like the bark like a fox would make, so like just a small like yip, right?
Like a
really,
yip,
right?
yeah.
But like it's
So it
reversed.
says what a fox would say.
It does say what a fox would say. Except it's reversed. So the end of the sound starts first, and then it
gosh,
it
that's
ends
terrifying.
with the beginning of the sound.
I don't even want to know what that would sound like.
It's like that.
Gross.
Yeah.
I take a step back. I chuck my axe at it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, make a volley roll. That's what that is.
With Dex?
Yeah, it automatically does it with
Okay.
Dex, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
no. Oh, that was. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Nice
If
knowing
you all die, at least I don't have to share the loot with you.
Just with
My
me.
character doesn't care about loot.
So I think what happens is you throw your axe and the fox just like opens its mouth wide, like unhinges its jaw, and
no.
while as it does it, like a black portal like comes like out of its mouth,
No.
and your axe just goes in the portal, and then the portal
No.
closes.
No.
You named
Like,
Okay,
everything.
I'm unarmed, guys.
And then I think
have
the
Losing
nothing
everything.
well, I think the fox just like looks at you, and just like yips again, and then jumps in the portal after, like away.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
else. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I liked that axe. I named that axe.
You did name that axe, yeah. But what happened is you failed to move, and got our consequences, unfortunately.
Like before.
Mm-hmm.
As Mother has always said,
Death has consequences.
as Mother has always said, do not put your axe in things that you do not like. Mother was not very bright.
That seems like the opposite of what that should be.
So with that spout lore roll, do I know anything about like the portal thing that it
I mean, yeah, they
used?
came from an alternate dimension, right?
Oh, right.
When they came and invaded. So
Hmm.
Come out of
Then
that
now
house.
trying to
First
spend
a
their cult
cougar,
offering?
now an axe.
yep, I just love
Why do you have to
I love
use
taking
me,
all the things
Kayla?
that you love, Carly. Yes.
They had great names too.
hmm
You need to stop naming
You could
them.
get 'em-
That's
you
why
could
he
get it
left
back.
taking-
Yeah, but I don't know how to get it back.
Well, where are you headed next?
I don't know.
That's
The
druid.
portal?
You're headed to a bunch of magical druids who can give you a magical
Oh.
boon.
But oh.
I mean, honestly, so right, I think we probably montage the rest of that, right? So you're just like, I mean, what do you tell your party members about this whole situation that just happened?
Yeah, like, I'm
Probably
walking in the house
nothing.
and I'm like, what's going on?
Probably nothing, honestly.
Yeah, you just like pass it up like nothing happened.
Because she knows like how serious it could be, and she doesn't want to like.
Oh yeah.
She
I mean,
especially
if you told
doesn't want
Anna this,
Anna
he
to-
would be like,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
end.
She doesn't want him to like freak out more, and plus you said that most people just think this is a myth, right? So she probably thinks
Yeah.
that they just wouldn't believe her. So
Yeah, so I think we
Okay, so
we see-
that happened.
Yeah, we see you guys. Yeah, that probably made absolutely zero sense to you, Alyssa.
And
Yeah. If any,
alright.
there isn't anyone who has been to all of the Dungeon World sessions I've done in this setting. So like,
if
if-
only
if
Master
you all-
was here.
right? Yeah. Well, if you all got together and like talked about everything that's happened, you would be able to figure out a lot of crap that's going on in this setting. But, so yeah, we see you guys go back to the Magical Grove with the druids.
Was this the same setting that we did the
Cropper.
Yes!
Yeah.
I love that setting.
Cropper
gosh.
lives here. That's where the plain elves come in.
Right, the
That's where you
Plains
guys-
Elves, because Trevor,
Trevor's
the
redneck druid.
redneck druid who became this dragon. No, that's right. He didn't become the dragon thing.
He just killed it. Yeah.
He just killed it. He took over this thing and then just decided to kill it instead of acquiring its social status or anything.
Yeah. He tried to turn into a bug to like go inside of it. Ended up
Oh,
failing
yeah.
and turning into an amoeba. Went inside the dragon, multiplied his self, and then became the dragon. And then he just killed it.
What?
Yep.
We were like, Trevor, you have all this power. And he's like, yeah, I just kill it.
Yep. Because it was like this magical dragon that like was worshipped by the plains elves, and yeah, he was just like, nah, I don't want to be that. Anyway, so you guys go to the Druid Grove, and I think on the way there, Anna, I think you probably be the person most in tune with this. Would you like to make a discern realities roll for me?
Sure. Time sensitive level, so give me just a second to fail it, and then and that works. Okay. Discern realities.
Yeah.
Would help if I was on the right tab. There it is. Boom.
Okay, you can ask me one question from the list below. You have an eerie feeling. So what do you want to know?
What is about to happen?
That is a really good question.
Oh no.
So the end is going to come,
Oh no.
but not the good end.
Hmm.
Is that a definitive fact?
Yes, that is a definitive fact.
No.
There are jokes. Thanks.
But this is the thing, right? The end has come and you are not prepared. Right?
I think he just collapses.
Yeah.
His knees buckle and he just collapses on the floor weeping.
Yeah, so you just see Anna just weep bitterly in sackcloth and ashes sort of a situation, right? Like
7 feet of man just falls straight to the ground.
And you're still a distance from the grove, so what do you do? You see this?
Like,
Is
get
anybody
up.
concerned?
I'm-
What'd you say?
I'm just like, get up.
But it's here. The end has come, and we're not prepared.
So no, that's not what you want to hear. And if anyone else would like to make a discern realities roll to try to figure out what in the world is going on.
I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah.
3.
Oh, no. Oh no.
Gosh.
Okay, so ask me one of those questions. Carl's. And I'll lie to you.
Okay. Huh.
You get some mixed signals here. You get some bad information.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Nothing. It's fine.
Oh,
Fun.
yeah.
You didn't sense
I rolled
anything,
Joe.
a
Nice.
13.
Okay, yeah. Ask me 3 of those questions.
What should I be on the lookout for?
The
Who's
thing.
really in control here?
Okay.
And what happened here recently?
Okay, let's start with that one. What happened here recently? An army came to conquer. What should I be on the lookout for? The people, the things that now infest the grove. Who's really in control here? A very, very powerful man. Well, and you can
Well,
sense
guys.
like magic like emanating from ahead. A lot of it.
Okay, even though I don't have detect magic on.
No, yeah, it's just like you have a feeling for this sort of thing, right?
Okay. Can I cast detect magic? To see,
Yeah, you
like,
want
what
to cast
kind
detect
of
magic specifically? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll cast a spell and then post that in chat and we'll
13.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay, what kind of magic is it?
Well, let's double check to see if that is the way that this
Mouse magic.
works specifically.
Smells like beasts.
Okay, yeah. So basically, there is a horde of beings of some dark magic, like. And it's not even like, okay, it's not even the dark magic you're used to. This isn't like necromancy or like anything like that. This is like, it's as if, it's like a bizarro version of magic that you're used to, right? It's like you see the normal signals for magic and they're all reversed.
Oh.
And yeah, there's like a lot of them. They're up ahead and you can sense that they're draining the sacred pool.
Ooh, interesting. Well,
Whatever
it's no
they
longer
are.
it's no longer sacred anymore, is it now?
No. Oh, and you can definitely sense that the druids are dead.
Oh.
Oh,
Like-
Does that mean we don't get our things?
I mean, unless like they're at least maybe they're not dead. They're being drained as well. That's what it is.
Oof.
So you sense like you can maybe even see the edges of their hive mind, but it's like fading, right?
Hmm.
Activate it when we did the thing that they wanted, or do we activate it and go talk to them?
I don't know. There were 2 things that you did that made this happen.
Well, we made the sacred pool not sacred anymore.
I wonder if that could have been part of the reason.
Wonder.
It's definitely part of the reason why. And then we probably killed their like hunts person who would have warned them about this sort of thing. I don't know.
Well, they did.
I mean,
that.
we got rid of
You just
we
gave
got rid
her
of the
away.
we got rid of the longer town, but I don't see how that would have affected this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And yeah, so
Like,
you sense all this,
like,
Ariel.
So quickly is
Well-
really what.
Mhm.
Well, maybe like so everyone in the town is gone, right? They're
yeah,
all just,
I mean, yeah,
so,
they're all like left. Yeah.
like maybe since that like creepy old lady, like maybe she was important and now she's gone. Could be a thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, who
Like,
knows?
Maybe she's
There's no one in
moving.
that town anymore. We don't know what anybody was doing there, but like there could have been other stuff
Mhm, mhm.
going on.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
like,
the
well,
question
Somebody threw an
is-
axe at a thing too.
It's true. Yeah, that also happened.
Yeah, has anyone noticed that I don't have my axe anymore?
Yeah, like
No.
when everyone was like looting everything, did anybody find a weapon that she could have? Like, could that be a convenient?
Oh,
Yeah, we could say
yeah.
that you got a weapon of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You can have
It's
one.
just a non-glowing axe.
Yeah.
that they use just for chopping wood.
Yep. Yeah, it's all logger's axe, obviously.
So Ariel just kind of goes, interesting. Well,
As your friend is weeping on the ground.
I mean, he's not my friend.
As your person that you're next to is weeping on the ground.
I'm just like, so the end really is coming. That's interesting. And
I won't say I told you so, but I told you so.
you did, but you did nothing to prepare us.
That's why he's crying.
I'm just like, well,
I
guys,
ran out of time.
they're definitely draining the sacred pool now, and the druids are probably dead.
So yeah, Izari just starts to run towards where the
Okay,
dudes are.
sure. Sybil?
Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna run towards the danger. Cool. Let's do that.
Yeah, does everybody run towards it?
like I definitely follow Izari, but like I'm not right next to her.
We'll let you
like-
handle it first.
I'm a little bit of.
I'll be here for moral
I'll
support.
let you die first.
Yeah.
I'm more
I'll
like,
be there to like. I just think that everyone concentrated in one area. It's just like a little bit back, but like
Mhm,
still
mhm.
close enough.
I probably don't run. I probably walk.
Walk forward, yeah.
I think Beast takes off after you guys, and
Okay.
Anna
So just,
leaves
like,
Anna
keep
just
Chop
walking on the ground.
chases after him.
Oh,
At
okay.
least I
there
have
you
a cat.
Well, so Anna chases after Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Right, got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think I just like follow behind, but not like
yeah.
running pace.
So Izari, you skid to a halt in front of a really horrifying sight. The grove is emanating like a weird dark energy. It's glowing weirdly. The sacred pool is like glitching. Like it literally looks like a computer, like weird glitches. Like there, so you see a bunch of these jackal hypersmiths, a bunch of these like weird dark silhouetted foxes, all like just surrounding the pool, and they're like, some of them are like clawing at the trees and like sucking out some sort of sap. Some of them are like pinning the druids down on the ground and like draining something from their like ears, like they're like sucking something up. And then there are several drinking from the pool and causing it to glitch weirdly, where it's just suddenly like, and yeah, it's a horrifying sight to see.
I do not know these beasts.
They don't immediately attack you. They're kind of focused on drinking, but
She just yells, "I want my axe back."
and as one, all of them turn to you. And I think that's the moment where like the druids take advantage of, like, so they've been stopped drinking from, and we see some like the druids like open their eyes, and then suddenly
Yes.
like arcane fire
Yeah.
just like bursting everywhere, and then we get like a chaotic scene where they start trying to like fight off the jackal hypersmiths, but obviously they're gonna die unless you guys help them. What do?
Should help them.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
not confident that I won't lose this axe if I chuck it. So,
I mean, yeah, you just go up to one of them and try to attack him.
so how deep is this pool?
It's hard to say, honestly. It doesn't look very deep at one glance, but then when you look at it from a different angle, it looks like it's much deeper than you think. It's hard to say. So
I think-
especially when it's glitching.
Anna's gonna. Is Anna up there with them, or did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Anna's lost for ideas, so he's gonna jump in the pool.
I was gonna do
Oh!
that, but yeah.
So okay, I think what we see is the druids all like shooting fire at these like jackal hypersmiths, and there's just a path that is kind of like formed in the middle, and we see on us, like walk forward, like parting the Red Sea sort of thing. Right?
I think he's afraid of the fire, right?
Uh-huh.
So he runs from the fire into the pool.
Into the water.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we see like some fire like shoot over by you, and you're just like, oh, and then like run over and like hurl yourself into this pool. Do you want to make a defy danger plus wisdom again for me?
Sure.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't jump in.
So you jumped into.
I was
a
really
sacred
hoping my
pool.
previous defy danger roll would stick.
Well, there's a difference between touching it with your fingers and jumping in it. So okay, I'm gonna offer you an opportunity with the cost here.
Okay.
Your desire is to prepare people for the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the end has come. But if you become one with this sacred pool, you could push back the apocalypse a little bit. You could give the world a little bit more of a chance to prepare for this coming invasion. Is that something that Anna would do? On the other hand, you could take the power of the pool for yourself. Who knows what that would do? The fate of this campaign world is about to be decided.
This whole world.
I mean, the direction in which the world is headed, I guess.
Yeah.
It is tempting to have power against the end. But I don't want power. I am not as smart as I look.
He finally admits it.
I will push back the end. Give my friends time to prepare.
Very nice.
And set them all a warning.
What is that
Be
warning?
prepared for the end.
Yeah, be prepared for the end. So I think what happens is, where once you tainted it, now you become it, and it changes, right? Where once it was tainted because a different presence, it's not that you were bad necessarily, it's just that it was pure, and you added another thing to it. But basically what happens is any of what it was before, and you realize now there was a person who made this sacred pool originally, and they were the pool before, but now you are, and you push this other person out. They're dying anyway. You do as any good huntsman would, you put the dying animal out of its misery, and you take its place in the great circle of life, and you become the pool now, where the taint had caused it harm before. Now it's pure again because it's just you. And every single person in the entire world hears a voice in their head that says, "Be prepared for the end." And that is where we end our session for tonight.
No.
Because, well, obviously this is like, that's where like we probably hit credits, right? We can have like an epilogue scene or whatever. But like, yeah, I mean, basically the Jekyll Hypersmiths disappear. They get sucked back into some void. And the grove is protected.
Do I get my axe back?
I don't think you do. No.
No.
So the druids are wounded, but you've saved them. They have to recover and stuff, but like you've definitely saved them. Their outlook has changed a little bit though, because now the sacred pool that they protect is literally Anna. So and I think like Anna, you realize that there was a fifth person in that hive mind, and that was the pool itself, and you've become that fifth person, so you start to permeate them with your thoughts, and so you've just created a doomsday cult with these druids.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
So
is
they're
good.
gonna make sure they're gonna prepare people for the end too. They know what's coming now, and they're going to make sure that everyone is ready for it. What do the rest of you guys end up doing? The druids can still give you a boon if you want.
Yeah, I literally reach out my hand and I say, "Boon, please."
Oh my god.
Okay, so what we see is like fire just kind of like slowly like flickering out in this like charred remains of the grove, right? And it's like a battlefield, right? You see small like dark like splotches of like blackness that are just kind of like spotted all over the place where dead jackal hyversmiths are from this like arcane fire. And like the druids are like panting, and like everything is just like there's a moment of like, wow, that just happened. And then Ariel just like steps forward, just like, boon, please. So you want power, Ariel?
Yeah.
What kind of power?
Great question.
Like, what do you want to be able to do with this power? Do you want fame? Do you want magical power? Do you want to become a better wizard?
I basically, yeah, I want to like magical power to like control people through fear.
Okay. You know what they do then? One of them leans down, grabs like with her finger, grabs a bit of this like blackish tar substance, and they walk over to you and they like Simba style, right, like on your forehead, put this like black tar on your head, and suddenly your eyes glow purple.
Oh.
And well, this is the thing. They didn't change you into Jackal Hybersmith or anything. They used the essence of the like that remains of this thing, and now you can see them coming. Like you are now in tune with this like other reality that you didn't realize existed. But yeah, if this world is yin, then the world where the Jackal Hybersmiths come from is yang, and there has been an imbalance for a while, and the Jackal Hybersmiths want to bring balance again. They want to make the worlds one and the same. They want to remake this world in their own image, and someone has been helping them do that. Someone who goes by the name of Master?
My master?
No, it's not your
I'm like,
master.
oh, it's just a master. Like
He calls
that's the
himself
name,
Master.
That's the name of the person.
He
from
calls
like.
himself Master.
Okay.
Harley's dying over there. He knows and none of us do.
And so I think we also see in the black pools like bones, right? Like there are skeletons still remaining in these Jackal Hybersmiths for some reason. It's really weird like off-white bones. And yeah, basically you get the knowledge of like what's been happening. And yeah, the Jackal Hybersmiths have been returning. Someone has been trying to like use them for their own will, but it's only a matter of time before that person either succumbs to the ultimate desire of all Jackal Hybersmiths, which is to remake this dimension into their own image, or just gets killed because the Jackal Hybersmiths want to do their own thing. But yeah, you get the sense, and now yeah, like you have a part of their power within you that you can harness to your ends.
Cool.
And their power ultimately is about fear. It is like that's their thing. Because they are literally the apocalypse. So yeah, you get some weird bizarro magic.
Dope.
So, yeah. Sybil, do you still want to like what do you want?
Dang. I'm not sure. I think it'd probably still be like it's kind of like her original goal was to kind of not like join the group, but like basically get the benefits a little bit. So she kind of like
Right.
wants, yeah. So that's what she's aiming for. She's like, she doesn't want to join, but like it sounded nice.
So I think what they offer you is literally to intern with them, like gain knowledge, gain power from us, and then you can move on and maybe start your own circle.
Your own circle to prepare for the end.
Just like she doesn't want to stay there, and she doesn't want to like become part of their
Right? Yeah, and they won't
like,
do that,
yeah.
but they're offering like come and train with them, and they'll show you what they know, and then you can
do whatever.
do what
But
you
I'm
want next.
wish
Yeah.
with that, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you've
The
joined.
question you need to ask, though, is are books included in your tuition?
They don't use books. They have a highly complex oral tradition.
So yes.
And magic. Yes, so it's included.
They used Druidic.
Yeah, they use Druidic, yeah. They just sign everything to you.
Yeah.
So I mean, so you've joined a doomsday cult, basically, is what you've done. So good job. You can leave it eventually, but you're interning with some doomsday
I'm not
druids.
fully.
No, you're not going to join their collective. It's fine. Yeah.
You're just the intern at the Doomsday Cult.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
and
man,
your fellow
I
party
want that
members
to be a
now,
whole
like, the leader.
one shot right there. The
That
intern at
needs
the
to be
doomsday cult.
Its own, yes.
Oh my god.
But like a modern day doomsday cult, you're interning for them. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
You're like their social media intern or
Oh my
something
gosh.
stupid like that.
Oh, I want to be. Oh my gosh. Okay, intern for like the Flat Earth Society. It'd be their
Oh my
social
God.
media
Oh my God.
expert.
That's so
Keeping up with
good.
the
Oh, boy.
website.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Some really techie person comes to like the Flat Earth Society. He's like, dude, you need to update your website. Come on. Yeah. So.
No, it's
Mhm.
it's a bet. It's a dare between he and his friends. They're like,
Oh, that's a short story in the making right there.
Oh my
it's totally
God.
a short story.
And then he ends up like believing it.
Oh no.
And then his family is just like ostracizes him. That's fine.
And then he gets kicked out of an Apologio Radio live stream chat.
Yes. Yep. Yep. We made a backstory for that one guy. So
Is that a thing?
yeah,
People show
weird
up in
flat
apologies for
earthers.
that?
Yeah, they do. Well, because they made videos
Sounds like-
about like, dudes, flat Earth, come on, stop doing this, Christians. And so they always get weird flat Earth people.
Wait,
on
there
channel.
are like Christians?
You didn't know that? There is a very large subsect of Christians
Oh,
that are
no.
flat earthers. It is
That's
weird.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's
It's-
yeah. Yep, it's very unfortunate.
Very.
Are they the kind of people who will be like, the Bible says
Yep.
therefore
Yeah, they're fundamentalists.
oh
yeah.
my but not like fundamentalists in the sense of let's read the Bible and see what it says, but
Yeah.
fundamentalists is in
Let's take all of
let's
this out of
take
context.
everything at face value.
Yes, exactly. They're literalists. Yeah.
Literalists, I like that term.
Anyway, after that tangent, so we settle on our last person here, Izari. What do you want from the Doomsday Cult?
I want the same thing, but with a little different
Angle,
context
right?
because I want vengeance. I don't know how to put this. Okay, I think she wants vengeance, but not only for her original reason. She wants vengeance for everything that's now happening to her party and the world.
You want vengeance on the Jackal Hyversmiths?
Yes. They took my axe. I also want my axe back. Can I have my axe back? Or can they imbue this logging axe with the same properties?
Yeah, you know what they do? I think they totally make your logger's axe into a magical weapon. and they have it glow in the presence of Jackal Hybrosmiths instead,
Oh my gosh.
right? So this is the thing, right? Like, I think you get this moment of insight. You're like, okay, I mean, dwarves are bad, but like, what about the things the dwarves release? Because obviously you think it's the dwarves that release them, not the halflings, right? But like, yeah, this is the bigger enemy here. I mean, as the old lady said, right? There's a bigger enemy, and you found it, and so now we get the legend of Izari the woodcutter, and she's gonna like go and chop down crime, you know, that sort of thing. But you know, vengeance.
I
on
mean,
Jack
part of
Harrison's.
the like wanting vengeance was also like going to war with dwarves, but like,
But I mean, that's the thing. You're convinced that the dwarves are behind this.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah. So I think it probably glows in the presence of dwarves or Jackal Hypersmiths, right?
Cool.
So yeah,
Double whammy.
you got a magical weapon that is ready
Like,
to
Do it
chop some
differently?
heads.
So she's not gonna mistake a dwarf for a Jackal Hypersmith?
Yeah, you're
Like
right.
different colors.
Different colors.
Well, either there's a dwarf or a apocalyptic monster of a head.
No, it's like it glows purple for the Jackal
Of course it does.
Hypersmiths, and then like blue for dwarves
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep. So yeah, that's a thing. I think that was our session of Dungeon World. Wow. Honestly, every single one shot of Dungeon World I have ever done has been this intense. Because that's what happens when you do one shots. You just kind of ramp everything up really hard. But yes, Josh, I would still like to see some variation of that Doomsday character be a Burning Wheel character at some point, because I think that system would do that character justice the best.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But I loved your character. It was fantastic. I loved all of your characters. They were phenomenal. So yeah. Any last thoughts? Any?
I mean, at the end of the day, the boon was granted.
Right?
He ended up being prepared.
Yeah. You're prepared for the end, my friend. And
He had the right tool at the right time,
Mm-hmm.
even if it wasn't at all what the druids had thought they were saying
Uh-huh.
to some crazy man getting in their faces about.
Yep.
So I want to point out that my axe's name was Dwarves Fall. I think she renames this one like Ends Fall.
Right. Ends fall. Yeah, because you want to fell the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool. Well, there you go. Our party members split up and go in their separate directions, doing their own things. Anna is heading up a doomsday cult, making sure everybody's prepared for the end. Everyone's really confused because they've just gotten told by some random person that the end is coming, but everyone's now gonna, like, that changed the world a lot. So there's a bunch of legends that are gonna prop up and like weird other cults that are gonna form. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. And then Ariel got some power, and she's, I don't know, gonna go off somewhere and do her own
You
thing.
gotta tell me exactly what I can do with it,
Because
then that could shape some things. But
yeah, I mean, basically, you now can use. I mean, basically, your fear abilities have been heightened. Is there like a specific spell called fear in this? There's cause fear. That is a level 1 spell. Do you have that spell?
no,
Well,
not
now you
it's
do.
not a wizard. It's not a wizard spell.
Yeah, it's a cleric spell, but now you do. You have cause
Cool.
fear. Yeah.
I'll add it into my character sheet, even though I'll probably never play this character again.
There you go. I think I just dragged it in for you. Yep, there you go.
Oh, thanks.
So I guess one thing that we forgot to do was anything revolving XP.
Oh yeah.
So this, I mean, who knows? We might come back to these characters, or at least maybe some of them. Who knows? But let's. I think I'm gonna go through real quick and just see who failed rolls, because that gives you XP. So Anna failed one.
Mm-hmm.
Sybil failed one so far. Azari failed one. Azari failed 2. And Anna failed 2. You never failed a roll, Alyssa. Nice job.
Thanks, but I don't get any XP though.
It's true. Well, you
Do
don't
I
get
get
any XP from
for
that.
killing the huntress?
Well, so yeah, there's other things. Yeah, so Sybil gets 2, and Azari gets 2, and Anna gets, or wait, no, Sybil gets 1, and Azari and Anna get 2 XP from that. Yeah, you guys didn't actually fail a whole lot this time. On Monday, that one shot, you guys failed so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
if you did your alignment thing, let's go through those real quick. So Anna, did you do your alignment trigger for XP?
Free someone from literal or figurative bonds. I mean, I freed the world from the possible tyranny of the remaking of Jekyll or Hyde
Yeah.
at least for one iteration of the time cycle between whatever. I put it off.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I freed them.
Yeah, so you can 1 XP for that.
Hey.
It seems like that should be worth more than 1 XP, but
Do I get XP for the failed roll as well?
yes, you get XP for each failed roll. So
the 2 that
yep, so you have 3. So
7 rolls that I failed.
and then
The 23 rolls that I failed. You should
Yeah.
give me.
nice try. And then you have bonds here. If any of your bonds have changed, then you also get XP. So does Azari still owe you for guiding them that one time? I mean, I honestly don't think you'll be a character anymore because like it's impossible.
He's not going to call in that debt, so I'm going
Yeah.
to say that bond has changed.
Yeah, so you get 1 more XP. You're still a friend of Sybil's though, right? I mean, she's honestly interning with you. Oh, but maybe it's just
I think he's kind of losing. I think his personality has kind of suffused the cult, and he's not really a person anymore.
yeah, that makes sense.
There's
So
no
these
person.
don't really matter. Yeah.
He isn't yet.
Ariel, did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ariel, did you do your alignment thing?
Use magic to cause terror and fear.
You definitely did.
I think I did that twice. I think I used it to one telepathically communicate that and killed somebody through doing
Oh yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
And then I
Made the whole
Cause
town leave.
made the whole town fear.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
I don't think you usually get multiple per session, but I mean it's a 1 shot, so yeah, take 2. And then let's see, you had that one.
I had that one bond where I was like, I will teach them all that I like. That Anna was woefully misinformed about the world, but apparently not.
Well,
so,
the thing
yeah.
is, I mean, the bond changed, right? He apparently was not as misinformed as you thought he was. He taught you about the world, so I think you got an XP for that changing.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get.
I just love this so much.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic. You know, you have a character that's like, yeah, the apocalypse is coming. I have to be like, yeah, the apocalypse is actually coming. He was right.
Here I was just thinking, oh, let's make a quick Doomsday prepper. He'll be fun. He'll be easy to play.
See,
Low impact.
right. The thing is, like, if we were gonna do a Burning Wheel game with that character, which I really want to do, like, it would be a very long-term thing where it's like, obviously for a long time, no one would believe you about the end, and maybe it would actually end up being true, or maybe it would end up not being true. Who knows? But that would be a very long-term thing.
No, I think it would be amazingly fun to play a conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
I could
Yes.
sit down and, in very controlled sessions with, other people to keep me accountable. Listen to some conspiracy theorists.
Right.
Get an idea of what they think.
Jet
and
fuel
then,
can't melt
everybody
steel
should get up
beams,
and-
Josh.
Josh, are you going wild? You believe in crazy things?
Yep. So, Sybil, did you help something or someone grow?
Yikes. Well, I guess you could say like the druid group
Yeah.
technically they grew, they expanded,
They did.
They
They expanded.
evolved.
They evolved. Yeah.
and I helped with that by
It's
being a part of
true.
this whole group.
Yep. So you can get an XP for that. Are you still bound by blood with Isari?
I don't see that why that would change.
Mhm.
Like,
Sure.
no, we're
You're in
yeah.
different places right now, but like, you know, if she calls on you again, yeah, you'll help. Sure. Isari. Good old Isari. Did you defeat a worthy opponent?
I don't think so.
I don't think you did.
It took my axe.
Yeah, you kind of failed to defeat a worthy opponent, unfortunately. Does Ariel still owe you their life, whether they admit it or not?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't admit it, but she does, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
I probably don't still view Sybil as soft. Like maybe like just not as combative, but like I think she views her as like more strategic than herself now.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Okay, yeah, so that changed, so you can get an XP for that. Well, cool. I mean, a lot happened, but you didn't actually get a whole lot of XP for it. But that is how the dice fall. So, this has been Dungeon World, and I'm sure we'll play another session of Dungeon World at some point with probably a different cast. I think, honestly, that's what I love about the Dungeon World setting that this is like, it's like a weird rotating cast thing where, like, a world is being explored, partially on stream, partially off stream, this weird world where foxes want to destroy everything.
I'm just glad we didn't run into like a wizard made out of mice because I would have been like.
So
why?
I think your one shot took place in a little bit different part of the world than this one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Um,
the forest.
Away from
so
we're
great.
we're not
exactly.
we're not
It was on the
near
other
mouse
side
trouble.
of the Great Forest.
Yeah.
But if we go back to that session, you guys will definitely randomly just hear the end is coming and be prepared, right? Like,
Honestly, I think that should happen for the next couple of sessions,
Mouse would freak out.
where they just get random visions.
oh yeah, oh my gosh, yes. You're like just giving random people visions. It's like Stormlight. It's like with the death rattles, weird stuff like that.
yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Tying all of them.
the death rattles show up, and then
Uh-huh.
also that thing that happened to that one character that I don't want to spoil, but like visions. You know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah. Of course. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Definitely.
not spoilers per se, since like the first book's been out since ever, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it's like,
fair. It's fair.
go read the book, it's good.
Yeah, I highly recommend the Stormlight Archive to everybody here. But yeah. Anyway, I think.
Can
that's
you
it.
imagine those visions was created by Anna,
By
though?
Anna, though. Yeah, seriously. Oh boy. Oh dear.
So
All right.
good.
Well, that's Gamebound Dungeon World. We will be back next week with some Terra Nullius. Thursday, 7 p.m. Things we hit season 3 in stride, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Explore the mainland, and then we're back with Anno Domini next Friday,
Yeah.
which is
And we will
exciting.
be prepared.
And y'all will be prepared. What if I just had all of your characters here?
Oh no.
The end is coming. Be prepared. Like, and they're like, wait a second, we're in the same universe. What? No, that's not the truth. That's not the case. Yeah. Thank you, Belchavez, for saying it was a great session and giving me 100 bits. Appreciate it. Yeah. Once again, I think I've said this about 7 times now. That's it. We're done. Bye.